_life.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find you the other day. I'm like, I don't even know what she's under.
Yeah, it used to be Amanda Rutkowski Fitness, but my last name is so annoying. It's like long, and I didn't even know how to pronounce it when it's my husband's name, you know? So I was like, I didn't even change my name until a year after we were married because I was like not ready for it. My last name before was Hatch, which is like way simple.
Yeah.
Like,
just keep that one.
but yeah, so I wanted to change it to something more simple.
Yeah.
That people could remember.
Can you, like on Facebook with the like pages, you can only change your name like once or twice maybe? Is that the same with Instagram, or can you move it, or can you change it around?
I'm pretty sure you can change it as much as you want on Instagram, but after a certain amount of followers, I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, not everybody sees your posts all the time, you know, unless you have like diehard fans who follow you every single post.
Well, I do not have diehard fans. I can assure you of that. But that's why I'm here. So we should just probably get started. It's 4 after. So whoever joins us, and I'm recording, so it'll be great.
Sounds good. Okay, so was it recording when I gave my Instagram handle?
No.
Okay. So, all right. Well, my name's Amanda Rutkowski. My Instagram handle is gypsy_fit_life. And so, yeah, I didn't use my Instagram before coaching. So it's something I've been doing since I started coaching, 3.5 years. And I just have a couple tips, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So my number one tip is the photo quality. Instagram, I want you guys to think of Instagram like a magazine. It's all about photos. So the photos have to be aesthetically pleasing. So something that somebody might not notice or think about is your lens on your phone, to like wipe it off before you take a photo. It's like from the front and the back. Like just wipe them off before you take the picture, because it makes such a huge difference. Like you can look at it and it might not look smudged, but you don't want like a cloudy photo. So wiping your lens is really important. And then really having having a theme of filters. So I use VSCO to edit my photos. And my photos are pretty like bright, and it kind of like flows together. And so I use VSCO, and I have like a certain filter that I use, which is A6. If you guys use VSCO, I use A6, and you can adjust the brightness. You can adjust, you know, the tone of the photo. So a lot of times with our lighting inside, the image can be yellowy, like kind of like a yellow tint to it. And you can change the tint from like warm to cool, and it takes that yellow orange kind of tint out of the photo, which is awesome. I'll type my Instagram in here. So yeah, cause like the yellow tint I feel is like not very attractive. And so what else? Another tip with like visuals with taking photos, it's VSCO. Hi. So cute. Another tip is using daylight. Take as many as your photos as you can during the daytime, because natural lighting is always the best. So you want to like stand in front of a window. Like you'll notice, like here I'm kind of dark and it's backlit, and it's not very attractive. But if I go like this, it's like way better lighting, right? So you want to think about that when you're taking your photos, to like stand in front of a window and like really think about how the lighting is bouncing off things and off your face and off your body. So yeah, just think about it as like a magazine, very like visually appealing. And so let's see, what else can I talk about next? You want to be posting 3 times a day, at least. And you don't want to, sometimes I see people post like a bunch of photos, like one after another. You don't want to do that. You want to create some, like, ooh, what she's going to post next. Or like people like waiting for you to post again, you know, like create some, like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like a need, or, you know, something like that. So create that kind of vibe, like people waiting for you to post again. So 3 times a day at least. Sometimes I post 4 times. I don't think I've ever posted more than 4 times on Instagram. And I always take my Instagram photos and put them on my Facebook as well. And then like on Facebook, I do in-betweens, like live videos and stuff like that to like continue to add deeper value. And I also have like a blog and newsletter that I use as well. And so you want to kind of have like a theme. And this, I'm sure we've like talked about this before with like your brand and stuff like that for, you know, what you're talking about in general. But you want to have like 3 to 5 things that you genuinely or generally talk about on your Instagram. So like if you're a dog mom, if you're a mom, if you love running, if you love to cook, if you love to bake or whatever, you know, like certain things that you love to do, and talk about those things and intertwine your fitness and, you know, coaching and what you offer and talking about your team and stuff like that in between. But you want to build that relationship, just like with any social media. You want to build that relationship with people and that trust. So when you are sharing your life and certain things about your life one-sided on your social media, people really get to know you and they build that trust on their own. You know what I mean? So it like, the more personable you are and the more you share your journey and share your story without constantly like asking for something from them, the better. So you don't want to, I don't know if you guys have read Jab, 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 Right Hook. So like Gary Vee says, you don't want to just like be like right hooking all the time. You want to be giving jabs and sharing about your life and adding value and letting people get to know you and giving something to them and teaching them. So I like to think of it as like teaching on my Instagram, like how can I share about how something's helping me, about food, or like something that seems so simple to you, or like kind of part of your like second nature, that could really help somebody, because not everybody is where you are. Not everybody thinks of that as second nature. So yeah, sharing your vulnerabilities as well, for sure. And I think always like sharing a lesson. I mean, just like with any social media or like sharing, you don't want to like just talk about something without having a lesson in it, I feel like, or like something positive, like a positive spin on things is always to like, again, like teach them, like teach people what you're going through and how you're getting through it, or, you know, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So really you treat Instagram very, very much like Facebook, yeah?
Well, with the fact of like branding and stuff like that, I feel like that's the same across the board.
Yeah.
But with the images and whatnot, it's a little different. And then there's like the hashtags and stuff like that, which is different too.
Okay, so can we talk about those 2 things?
Yes.
Cool.
So with the hashtags, you don't want to put them in your comment, in your description, in your post. It kind of looks a little spammy. So you want to put them in your comments. When you put them in your comments, they don't show up. So what I do, I wonder if you can see.
I can pull up your account and then share the screen if that would help.
Sure.
Do you want me to do that?
That would help, yeah. So what I do is I save my hashtags in my notes section of my phone. And that really, it makes it a lot easier, and you can have up to 30 hashtags. You don't want to have to like type 30 hashtags every single post, you know? So you want to have hashtags related to those things those 3 to 5 things about you that you share about. And you want those to be, excuse me, you want those to be not Beachbody related or like network marketing related. You want them to be about different things that you're about. So you can find people who are not searching, like the people in your market are not going to be searching for Beachbody or like Shakeology because they don't know about it yet. They don't know that they need it yet. They're going to be searching for other things or like talking about, you know, like posting about their dogs or whatever, like different things in your brand. That's what they'll be looking for in their hashtags. So if you click on one of these photos, you'll see in the comments how I do the hashtags. Yeah, so I put them in my notes and I do the, I like do a period, enter, period, enter, period, enter to make it align. So it doesn't show up right away. Like if somebody's looking at the picture, they can't see it in the comments. Unless they go into the comments, of course, which is fine. So yeah, like my stuff is, my hashtags are like about the nature and married life, being in Aries, where I live. Aries.
I'm in Aries. Hey, when's your birthday?
April 1st.
Yay.
When's yours?
Friday, or March 24th.
Awesome.
Yeah. Moving into Aries, man.
Yes. And I'll be 30, the big 3-0.
I'm going to be the big 4-5.
Nice.
I'm scared.
That's exciting.
I don't want to be
Maybe
45.
we'll share your birthdays.
Huh?
Then maybe my baby will share your birthday. Not the April 1st one. That's too much.
March 24th. March 24th.
I can do that.
Okay.
Aries baby.
Or before. That'd be great too.
So with these hashtags, you want to be going through them and connecting with people who use the hashtags.
So talk about that, because I'm curious about. So like we would click on one of the hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's click on nature lover.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So what I would do is scroll through and find somebody that I like. Maybe like, I don't know, this chick with the black shirt maybe, and see what she's talking about. So I would probably like go through her page, see what she's about, because yeah, super cute. So I would like just comment on her stuff, and like a few, comment on a few. That last post was about her hair, and I would say her hair's super cute or whatever, the one that we clicked on. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like I'm pretty honest. Like I don't use scripts when I'm talking to people, and we call it CCQing. Comment, compliment, question. So because people are sharing their photos, and if their Instagram is public, they want people to find them. If they're using hashtags, they want people to find them. They're connecting with people who have the same interests. They want that connection. So it's not creepy. Like sometimes on Facebook, I feel like it's like if you don't know them, you could be invading their privacy almost. Like I feel like it has that kind of vibe if they're a complete stranger. And they don't have like a public profile or whatever. But on Instagram, it's totally different because they want to connect with people and that's why they're using hashtags. That's why they use and share their photos, because they want people to comment on them. So yeah, I would go through and like and comment on their stuff and CCQ them. And so she's in South Africa, which isn't like in our network right now, but I'd probably still do it anyway because we're opening up internationally. We don't know where yet. probably the UK. But anyway, so that's what I would do. And just to kind of build following and connect with people. And I'm very like honest. I don't comment on people's stuff if they're not somebody who I would want to be friends with in real life. You know, I want to connect with people who I would want to be friends with and hang out with in real life. So that's what I do with that. And then something else you can do to find people like in your brand, in your network, is find a what is the word? Like a big account, like a large Instagram account who like is the same kind of brand. Let's see. Who's somebody or even friends that you have on Instagram who aren't coaches and their pictures are really pretty, or like people you've met over the years on Instagram, their pictures are really pretty. I go to their followers and I like connect with their followers, because I'm like, okay, this chick is somebody who could be my friend, who I would want to hang out with. So if I'd want to hang out with her friends, I probably want to hang out with her friends too. So I go to her friends list or followers list and I connect with those people based on like if they're actually somebody I'd want to connect with.
And when you say connect, you're talking about, okay, so I'm going to go take a look at turquoise, whatever. And and I'm gonna click on something and I'm gonna comment on it. At any point, do you message them, or is this just all sort of like Facebook, where you just comment and see if you can't get a conversation going on the post? Or explain that to me.
So I just connect with them. I don't send them a message right away, because it's like asking someone to marry you when you just met them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't do that. I just kind of try to be interested in them and just like hope they follow me back. If there's somebody who I would actually want to follow, because the thing is you don't want to have more followers. You don't want to be following more people than are following you. It's just like it's like a thing about Instagram, is like you want, like, this person is following 0 people.
This person,
because it's like a motivation account. Yeah, they're following no one. But yeah, so you don't want to be following more people. So I don't just follow a lot of people, and I'm also very picky about my feed. Usually my feed is my team and my clients and prospects, like people who have actually reached out to me and we're actually talking and stuff like that. Or people that I really enjoy following. I don't spend much time scrolling anyway, but anyway. So yeah, I just kind of connect with them. And then what I've been doing for messaging people on Instagram is I would reach out to people who've liked a transformation post or any sort of invitation post, and I message them. Pretty much the same message that I do. Actually, if they're liking an invitation post, it's very similar to the message that I shared with you guys. That I shared that message with you guys, right? That I've been sending to my followers.
I don't remember. Can you share again?
Yeah.
Would it have been?
It would probably be, I'm writing it down.
When you're doing your CCQ, you don't follow those people.
No.
You just wait, and if they follow you, or if there's somebody you think would be legit, then you follow them.
Yeah. Yeah, because if I CCQ a lot of people, and if I follow everyone, I'll be following a lot of people. So yeah, I just kind of connect with them and start a conversation. And so when people are liking a transformation post or something like that, I would thank them for the support of my post, and ask them or I'll say, like, I noticed you liked my post about blah, blah, blah. Have you ever, or are you considering joining my group, or are you considering joining the team? Have you ever considered joining my team? I think you would make a great coach because blah, 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 blah. My favorite thing to say is, have you ever considered? So they're like, have I ever considered this? You know, they kind of like ask themselves that question. And that's how I do that with my posts. Because if somebody's liking my stuff, they're seeing my posts, you know. And then so I just started messaging people who are following me, because I'm like, I don't even care. I just need to message everyone. That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I need to message every single person. Unless they're like a dude or a person I probably wouldn't be friends with in real life. Or like a spam account, or like random accounts, you know, how there's like spam accounts on Instagram. So I'm not going to message those people. But if it's a real person, then I message them. So let's see. That's pretty much.
Do you ever boost an ad on Instagram? Do you ever pay for advertising on Instagram?
I have. I just felt like it wasn't getting anywhere, and I didn't want to waste money. I wanted to inform myself on how to do it better before I kept doing it.
Okay. So tell me, explain to me so I'm assuming most of your social media work is done on Instagram, because you said 95% of your business comes from Instagram. So I'm assuming you're very Instagram focused and not Facebook focused. Is that correct?
Well, I do both. Like, I don't want to leave anything out. I start with Instagram, so that's really my main focus, because I love photography. Okay. I love pretty images. It's just really fun. It's a fun way for me to be creative. And I really enjoy it. So that's where I start, but I also like share that on my Facebook page. And I connect with people on my Facebook page and my like page.
Okay.
So yeah, I do both, but I start with Instagram and then I go to Facebook, if that makes sense. When I'm posting, I do Instagram and then I move over.
Okay. And then like when you make a post, do you automatically post that to your like page as well?
Yeah, so it depends. I've been kind of playing around with it with my like page and my personal page, because there's more people on my personal page.
Right.
So I've been kind of playing around with posting on either one, on both. And depending on what I'm posting about, I'll post it on my like page or my regular page.
Mm-hmm.
When I go live, I'm usually doing it on my like page, because it can be boosted or share, or, I can do more things with it,
right.
which is better, I think.
So you said that you love photography. Did you set this picture up? Did you do this, or did somebody take this of you?
My husband did.
Oh, nice.
I don't have it in here, but I have a tripod, and if you have a regular big tripod for a camera, a DSLR camera, there's like iPhone attachments you can put to it to like hold your phone, but we made like a little ghetto rig like phone holder with a PVC pipe, and it just has like a split in it where I put my phone on it, and I can like move it around my house and just.
It's awesome.
Like I put my phone up on various tabletops or whatever. Perfect. And I put it on burst or time, like a time photo and stuff like that.
Tell me what a typical day for you looks like in terms of Instagram.
Like what I would post about?
No, I mean more like how much time do you devote to Instagram in the morning when you get up? If you're starting on Instagram, I'm assuming you'll make a post. You'll talk about whatever's going on in the morning. So just kind of tell me like what that looks like for you. I'm just super curious how that relates to Facebook and how I can integrate that into my day.
Well, I'm pretty like free bird-y. I don't have any kids, or like I don't have to go to a job or anything. So I'm kind of flexible. I'm pretty flexible with my time, because this is like my main focus of life other than like hiking and spending time with my husband. So I would say that
oops, sorry.
I would say that when I'm messaging people, I think I've heard that there's like a 50-person maximum that you can message before you get like blocked or like flagged for being like messaging too many people or something.
Like
Facebook's kind of like that with the friend requests and stuff. So I haven't ran into that though, and I sent like 53 messages the other day.
Like in one day or in general?
In one day.
Oh.
And those were just people, because those people liked your photo. It was a transformation photo or a call to action photo. And so they liked it. And so you were just engaging them and saying, hey, thanks so much for throwing me some love. I really appreciate it. Are you currently on a health and fitness journey as well, or something to that effect?
Yeah. And I've been going through my followers as well. And I've only made it to the B's. I'm going alphabetically. I'm just going through and messaging everyone who follows me.
Do you use Teamzy or Streak or anything like that to track your Instagram?
No.
Okay.
No, so if somebody engages back with me and we have a conversation, then I add them to my list.
Okay.
Other than that, I'm not going to add them to my list. It would just be way too many people.
Right.
So yeah, if they're writing back to me and they're interested in one of my groups or something, we have a conversation, I'll add them to my list. And I really use email. So what I do to track in my email is I follow scripts. So it's like a 5-step script. So I use labels to track. So I'll just do like, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just track with the labels, because then I can go through those and follow up with them. So I've tried to use Streak. I didn't really devote too much time to it. It was kind of confusing for me. And I don't know, just Teamzy stressed me out because I had to keep adding people in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like CRM's like, I don't know, for some reason it stresses me out. So I just kind of, do what works for me.
Yeah, no, totally. I just was curious.
Yeah.
I use Teamzy. It actually goes the other way for me. It takes less pressure off of me because I'm getting old, so my memory sucks. And so even if I write it down, I may not remember to move them forward on the list. So Teamzy just reminds me, hey, and I'm like, oh my God, there was somebody I totally forgot to follow up with.
Yeah.
So Teamzy totally keeps me on track and focused.
Yeah.
And I do think in Teamzy, I just want to look really fast. I do think that there's a place where you can connect with Instagram.
Oh, really?
So that would work for me.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. That is very cool. I didn't know they connect there.
What else? I have so many questions. I had to think about it. Ladies, do you have any other questions?
Is VSCO an app?
Yeah.
Okay. I've seen people post that. My photographer, she posts that all the time.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
What else was I going to ask?
Sorry, Steph. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Amanda, for taking the time today to teach us. You're amazing. I love it. I went to Emily Maynard, who's my favorite bachelorette. Sorry, Steph. I know you wanted to ask something. And I followed a bunch of her followers, but it's awkward because a lot of them are private. So when you're clicking the follow button, I'm like, oh, requested. So I wouldn't click that button. So I'm like, I don't want to request them. I don't know them.
Yeah.
So I like that you message them first. And you like some of their pictures and then you message them and then you see if they follow you. And then so you just really pay attention to your notifications, which I need to get better at, and see who's following you. And then put them in your list or whatever.
Yeah. I just try to think of it as like the more people who like get their eyes on my stuff, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're taking so much time to make these photos. Okay, Steph, sorry. I won't take your stage. Go ahead.
I forgot what else I was going to ask. Oh, do you copy? No. You want to color? Okay, here. Here, I'll color on that. Do you post directly to your Facebook and Instagram, or do you like actually copy and paste what you're gonna? Because you know how it'll say like copy from Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I copy and paste it. I don't
Okay.
share it to my Facebook from my Instagram.
Okay. I don't know why, but that drives me nuts.
Well, from Facebook, it'll show Instagram, and I just that it's like a brand new post on Facebook when you just copy and post it versus it being like shared.
Yeah. You gonna color on all that?
Okay. I just had a question and it's out of my mind now again. Damn it. I swear I'm getting old. I just had a question. Damn it. I should need to write these things down.
Okay, so Amanda, how do you think you have gained followers? Like, what do you think brings in? Is it just interacting on there? I mean, it's basically just engaging on Instagram,
Yeah.
and
I
then
think-
people start to follow you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the connecting with other people through hashtags and whatnot. And I think also like there's a discover page on Instagram.
There's a what page?
Discover page.
Back here.
So that's like your when you go into the search bar or the search section. Is it on? Oh yeah. So here, this is the discover. So people scroll through the discover page all the time. And if they like similar photos to you or like certain accounts that are similar to you, then you'll show up on their discover page. And I've had people find me that way as well, which is pretty cool. So like if I go through my discover page, it's like fitness, mountains, dogs, like basically what I post about anyway. So it's kind of funny to see that on your own discover page. You'll look and you're like, oh, that's like similar to what I post about too, you know? So yeah, that's how people find me. And then you can invite your Facebook friends over to Instagram as well.
Oh yeah. You don't have it as a business Instagram, do you?
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
I had a business Instagram for a while and I was like, all of a sudden not getting any traction. My Instagram wasn't growing. My likes went down like so much and like 50% or more, like my likes went down a ridiculous amount. And so the business account is cool because you can see like the insights and whatnot. But there's something called Iconosquare, which you can look at your insights from there. You can see what hashtags are good. You can see what images are getting the most traction, which can help you, continue to use images like that on your social media. So it really helps you have like a bird's eye view of your social media and like what's working, what's not working, who's following you, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Well, and you said you check in to places and then you use the hashtag of the place that you're checking in at too.
Yeah, if they have a hashtag, I'll use a hashtag, and I always use local hashtags because I want to find people who are local to me.
Yeah.
And find people who are into the same stuff that I'm into, like nature. Like my coach is Amy Silverman, and when I first started and I first found her, I actually found her on Facebook because I didn't use Instagram really then. And so I saw that she worked from home. She worked out a lot, which was super inspiring to me. She had Kevin, who worked from home with her full time, and her 2 dogs. And she was a vegan at the time, and so was I. So we had like all this stuff in common, and I knew that because of what she was sharing. I'm like, she's just like me. Like if she can do this, I can do this too. So I try to remember like what inspired me when I was new and continue to share stuff like that. So like food, travel. I never traveled before coaching, like pretty much everyone. I feel like we're all like, oh my gosh, we can travel now that we're coaches. What the hell? So I talk about that. I talk about my workouts, my food, my dogs, my husband, nature, hiking, stuff like that.
I love it. That's awesome. I love the app PicTapGo because you can layer filters on it, but I know that the VSCO is like what pretty much all photographers use. So I think I still have the app on my phone, and you can hashtag the VSCO, and I think that helps a lot with your photo, you know, getting people to see your photos too. That hashtag is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool because you can see people who are using it and see other people who use pretty photos and stuff.
Yeah, you do a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
This looks really awesome.
So did you use the SEO for this one right here where you you use this writing on here?
I used it to edit the color, like the photo.
Yeah.
That's great. I use Over.
Spell that.
OVER.
Oh, over.
And sometimes I also use Word Swag.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Why was I cracking up one time when I heard a call that Amy Silverman did, or maybe I was on her YouTube and she was like, listen, if you put big freaking pink borders on your photo, that is ugly.
Yeah.
That is ugly, people. And I was like, what? She just said that. And it's funny because I'm looking at yours and you don't have a ton of borders. You don't do a lot of color blocking. But sometimes I get a little bit more engagement when I do have a little bit of a color block wording on my image. So I'm always torn on what to do. But I personally don't like a lot of writing on the photos. And I go to Melanie Mitro and she's kind of eased down on that, but man, she used to write on every stinking photo. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of busy looking. And I've noticed even like Lindsay, like some of the top coaches, I'm like, oh yeah, they use less wording now on their images and they just have a better image. So
yeah. Well, it's like aesthetically pleasing, you know.
Amy never does it. Yeah, I love it.
She used to, when I first started, she was using words and stuff. And
Was she?
yeah. And sometimes I'm like, oh, maybe I should. If it's like if I ever do lettering, it's like white, clean,
Yeah.
you know, like 6 week progress or like, you know, and it's just to kind of get attention.
Or if you're doing a call out post, right? Like, don't you feel like you almost need something on there?
Yeah, so my second to last post was an invite to my sneak peek, the one with all of us, like all the girls in Puerto Rico. And I was really gonna write like, want to be a coach or something like that or something, but then I was like, oh, it feels so cheesy, like I don't know, you know? So
yeah, I almost typed "why not you?" on my photo last night, and I was like, stop it, that's so cheesy. Like, it's funny how you're like, delete.
Yeah. Sometimes I do like I haven't done one in a while. Like the one she turned her pants into cans. There was a transformation. I wrote she believed she could, so she did. Like every once in a while. But it's like white and clean.
So that app that lets you flip your photo where that's side by side but you're flipped is called Pick Jointer. If you guys don't have that.
What's it called?
Pick Jointer, like joint. Yeah, so you can flip the other photo and it can look really cool.
Photofy is also a really cool one, and you can do a ton of like flipping, like mirroring, that type of stuff with that one.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And that one's got like the graphic, like I use that one for like my pregnancy ones that I just keep for myself, but you can do like mirroring and a ton from that app. So that one's a good one too. And a lot that we do in our team, we will have each other like once a month go in and peer edit somebody's Instagram, be like, okay, you're doing a ton of collages, or you know, you're doing too much of this, or your pictures need to be brighter, just because sometimes you just don't realize it. And I've noticed too that a lot of people just post to post, like just to but just, you know, just to post their third thing for the day. They'll just throw a quote out there or something, you know, like, but you know, they're doing it just to get into people's feed when it's, what do you find? Yeah. Did you just bump your head? Okay. So we do a lot of that too, just to kind of
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good. To
Amanda, how long have you been coaching?
have, 3.5 years.
And Stacy, how long have you been coaching?
About that time, about 3 years. I started hitting SC November 2013, but I started kind of adding coaches I went to Summit in 2014, and that's when I started more. So yeah.
How about you?
just a year, a little over a year.
Okay.
Awesome.
And like, do you mind sharing with me where you are in your business, like your rank and all that stuff?
So I'm Diamond. I have a lot of customers, but I don't really find the point, I guess, in adding a bunch of discount coaches, because I don't think it's, I'd rather get the money from commission, honestly, because in the long run, unless they're going to be business builders and build team and that kind of stuff, it doesn't help me as much. So it's definitely been slow, and we don't have an upline really either, which is kind of sucked. So everything we've done is kind of on our own. So it's just been a slower process, but I feel the coaches that I do have are in it, even though there's only, I have one girl that's like all in, want to make this a go. And then I have a bunch that are just kind of half there. So it's frustrating, but I also see people that get in it and they have their mindset on like Diamond, and they get all these people signed up right away, and then they just fall out because they have people that signed up without loving the product, or so it's been slow, but I feel like that's how it's going to last for me.
Right.
And I have a full-time job too, so, and 2 kids and another one coming, so I also don't have as much time as I would probably like to do it.
Right. Amanda, where are you at?
I'm a 1-star.
Okay.
I'm a 1-star, but I have 4, 5 diamonds in my downline.
Wow.
So they're not my PS. They're just like in my downline.
How does that affect your volume in terms of, because I have a couple of people below me that are just getting ready to pop diamond. So they're in my downline, but obviously not personally sponsored coaches. I'm working with them as if they are, because their upline is a mini. But my question to you is, how much does that really contribute to your volume?
It's great.
Is it?
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I think of my whole entire downline as like my team.
Right.
They're all my team. And so, I do the same thing. Like, I help everyone and want everybody to grow, not just my PS coaches.
And is your husband your 1-star, or no, it's somebody else? Okay.
I haven't built him yet. I'm waiting till the middle, like after the middle of the year to build him.
Okay. And Stacy, what about you?
So my husband and I signed up together, and I'm under him. So we kind of went back and forth building my business center, and then we switched to him because we got some advice to like, well, he's on top, so you should build him. And I think in the back of our minds, we thought maybe Beachbody would let us choose who gets recognition and who doesn't, and they're super strict on it. So after like almost being at like SC Legend in his business center, SC 10 Legend, I just switched back to mine because I'm like, I didn't even go to leadership this year. We're 3-star, and his dropped down to 1-star now. But so I'm not even diamond right now in mine, and I couldn't go to leadership, and my husband couldn't go. He's not doing the business anymore. He was doing it for a while. So I'm kind of starting from the ground up, and it feels good. I just can't think about all the coaches that are under his business center that are hitting SC5 that would count for my premier points. So it's a really bad uphill battle, and I don't want to let anyone down, but I'm like, I would be happy with 2-star premier again this year because we hit premier in his business center. So he's coming with me to New Orleans. I'll get to walk the stage. I'll get to have the recognition, which I love. So, but yeah, now it's just starting over with me. And I just, I don't even care. We have no upline. There's no one placing underneath us. So the volume is all ours. We have like 253 coaches in our downline, but we're small, but we're pretty fierce. And I'm just learning leadership as I go. And I figure if it takes me 10 freaking years, I don't care. I'm in it. And, I make good money and it's good. I don't make amazing money, it ebbs and flows. Like one week, 1,600, the next week is 900. But I'll take it. So I love it. I'm super passionate. The rank, I can't let it hurt me. And I'm all about the rank and so
You're all about the rank.
I'm all about the recognition. Yeah. And like, I have to recognize, since I don't have an upline, I'm like, toot toot.
Right.
I hit Premier, go me. So ridiculous. It's so
right.
dumb. But I have some coaches on my team that will recognize me, even if I ask them,
Yeah.
That's good.
My upline is, we do have an upline, but it feels very distant. And sometimes it feels like we're sort of not included. Do you know what I mean? Like yes, she's our upline, but I feel like we're so far removed at this point. And so the coach who signed me, we're at the same spot in our business. And so even though all my volume goes to her, she's so different from me that we're almost like good success partners. Like she's tried to find a success partner. I've tried to find another success partner. Just seems like it falls flat. And we always wind up going back to each other, even though she's my coach. Like we just don't see each other we don't see it that way. Like we completely see ourselves as equals. And she's she's a bodybuilder. She's 30 years old, mother of 3, stay-at-home mom, homeschools. I am so far the opposite of that. It's crazy. I'm old. I ride horses. I have one child who's 16. I'm from the business world. She's not. She's super gregarious and a bodybuilder. I'm not. And like those types of things. So we do help each other in that regard. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And she's pretty wonderful. So I love, but I love hearing your guys' story because I'm certainly not one to, I'm not a complainer. I'm just curious like how everybody else's business works with volume. And I keep hearing about, well, I got on the weak side of the inside leg. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, to me, it's just like, so build your business regardless, right? Like, so what? But I do recognize that if you are so lucky to get on the strong leg and your coach is quote unquote building under you, which I still don't even know what the hell that means. Then you get the volume. Can anybody explain that to me? What it means? Like if somebody was to build under you, like if my coach was to do that, what does that look like?
I can explain it. So let's see. Okay, so let's say, you guys see this? Let's say
I wish I could make you big. How do I make you big?
Speaker view, maybe? So,
If you go to speaker view, is that it?
Where?
The top right, you can do like speaker view, gallery view,
Got it.
maybe. No more fruit.
That's gallery view. Okay, well, let's try that.
okay. So this is you, or your coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is you. And this would be your strong leg. So this will be left. So this is your left leg, which is an extension of your coach's left leg, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they add new coaches, they go under here. And when those new coaches add new coaches, they go on there if they add it to that left leg, the left outside leg. So if they put it on the left inside leg or first available leg, it's going to be all jacked up. You want to make sure that it's left and right so that you can build those strong legs. And so that's kind of how that works with your coach adding under you and what that means, like building under you, right? So you have to build this leg all by yourself. But the thing is you also have to build this leg. A lot of times people think that if you have a power leg from your upline, that you're just going to be rolling in dough. And that's not the case. Like you get a leg up, literally. Like you get a leg up because you have that volume being built to help you with the volume. And, like Team Cycle bonus is based on volume. Your income is based on volume. Your residual income is based on volume, because you don't want to just be knocking out challenge packs to make your income. You're going to be like, that's just like a regular sales job, right? So, so you have to build your business to diamond and beyond to be making a good amount of income, but you also need to have the volume on your weak leg. So let's say, because I have a power leg from my upline, she's not building under that leg anymore. She has other business centers she does, but there's still volume there, right? And I have, my diamonds that I have in my downline happen to be on my weak leg. So that's pretty lucky. Like the coach I signed up, who was my best friend at the time that I signed up to get to Emerald, happened to be a powerhouse. We all are looking for those powerhouse coaches, right? To like drive volume and somebody who's going to be working the business. Mine happened to be my second coach. Like we all have them in different moments in our business. And I've had a couple since then, but my first one happened to be that second coach. Anyway, so if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be making the income I'm making. If I didn't have builders underneath me on my weak leg, I would not be having the volume that I have. So, and I wouldn't be making the income. So whether or not your coach is building under you or not, it gives you a leg up, but it doesn't really matter because your business center needs to be strong. You know what I mean? And you have to have those builders on your weak leg to even, like, I'm not even close to maximizing my volume. Like, I'm going to be putting so like where it really matters is like it definitely helped out when I had people like adding people on my left leg. But what's going to really matter is when I open up my second business center and I can put that on my weak leg to drive volume. And then I have myself not just waiting for hopefully another rock star to get on that leg, because you never really know, but I can put myself over there, and that's like, I can better plan income and like volume and stuff like that. And even so, like I hear a lot of people saying like, because I have people in my downline who are placed on an inside leg and they're like busting their ass and it's just like taking a little bit longer. And they're like thinking that all I have to do is just build my weak leg, and I put all my coaches on my weak leg and I don't put anyone on the other leg. And I'm like, no, like I have an even business, like I still build evenly, because I mean, I'm not at a point where I have like hundreds of coaches where I could just like stack my weak leg, because if somebody quits or like 5 coaches quit, which I've had happen before, if I totally rebuild my business, if like a bunch of coaches quit on my other leg, like I'm screwed, and I can drop rank, and then it doesn't matter what my volume is because I won't be making that income anyway.
For me, it's been, because we don't have an upline, so I might get a coach or 2 every couple months from my friend that I started with, and we started right at the same time. But my diamond, obviously she's, I guess she's not even diamond yet. She's almost diamond. But so she's got a ton of volume, and then I have a couple, my kind of so half in it girls are on the other side. So mine's a constant battle of trying to balance her out with the other side. And then trying to figure out, because I don't always like to place them on my outside leg. So if I have somebody, because I'm small enough right now, if I have somebody that's working the business, I'll try and put another coach on like their weak leg just to kind of help, but I only do that for the ones that are actually putting in effort. And I know as I get bigger too, then that's obviously going to be harder to do. But yeah, that balancing the one girl that's actually doing a ton of volume. She's got 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a month in volume. And then the other ones don't. So it's like trying to balance all that. it's confusing.
Right.
Yeah. It's like a game.
Mhm.
A game.
And I don't know if there's any real way, there's no magic potion for it.
No. And a lot of people build differently. Like I personally feel very strongly in only doing outside legs. But there are people who do inside legs and who do, like the coach I was saying who like is on an inside leg, she does the same thing where she'll like place somebody underneath one of her builders, on like one of their inside legs or one of their weak legs to help with their volume.
How would you do that? Because I just go left and right.
Yeah, that's what I do too. But you can open up the genealogy.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of confusing, but this is how she explained it to me. You open up the genealogy and you find that coach, and you'll see like this thing, and
Yeah.
there'll be like a dotted line, like a dotted circle, like for an empty space or something, and you can click on that and you can say that space to be your next
Oh.
or something like that. But my downline's too, like when I look at that genealogy, I'm like, whoa, like true. So I just only look at the sponsorship drill down, and like that's way simple for me. But the genealogy is super confusing.
Stacey, what's your take on the genealogy piece?
Oh, as far as I think I remember being at an event with Chelsea Pearson, and she's like, just every other leg, because you never know who's gonna pop. So just rotate back and forth. I mean, obviously, if you know someone's if they're telling you they want to be a business builder, place them strategically so that you can, have those emeralds and those diamonds, because, to be 5-star, you need 3 on one leg and 2 on the other. So it's tricky. We did that in the beginning. My husband was like, well, let's place on the inside leg for Lisa because that will boost her and give her a little confidence. But that's not fair to the coach that we place in case they go. That's my opinion. And I think that since we have kind of, my husband and I, we kind of grew as mom to get to Diamond. And then, we grew my business center, and we've done so much back and forth between the business centers that I really feel like I'm excited to only grow Stacey Rohde now, because then it will encourage them as they see volume put under them. And I can show them now more simply and not be like, well, maybe my mom's your sponsor coach, It's hard. I mean, you have to do what you have to do, and people don't understand it all really in the beginning. But yeah, no, I think always outside leg. And then just tell them how to grow their inside leg, and just say you still need to place evenly, because who cares how much volume you have on your strong leg?
Yeah.
And the less you talk about, I'm still having a hard time getting emeralds to diamond. That's not my strong point. I can get people to emerald really easily. So I think sometimes I need to talk more about the genealogy, but I don't know. It's a tough thing to talk about, because then you can lose people and then they can give up too. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, how often, Amanda, do you do calls on? How often have you guys done calls with your uplines or done calls for your teams about doing I guess I could stand in front of a whiteboard and draw it out for them. And when you're back in your genealogy, instead of doing sponsorship drill down, you can also just type their name in a search bar. And so when I'm on a GSR call, sometimes I'll show them the genealogy, even though I know I shouldn't. But at least I can show them, hey, I just want you to know this is your weak leg, this is your strong leg, and I'll be like, your left one is your weak. And I'll just introduce them to that concept. And the way that I find them is I just search their name. And that's easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always do. I've started talking about it more, because I want obviously more diamonds. I'm ready for more diamonds to be happening in my downline.
Yeah.
So I talk about it. I try to talk about it very simply, matter of fact. Diamond is where you need to get to. Emerald is something you can do in one day. Literally, you can do that in one day. And so diamond is what you want to get to.
Yeah.
And
Bye, Steph.
Hi. So yeah, whenever, what I kind of try to do is whenever I welcome new coaches into the team page. So other coaches welcome their coaches, but then I do a weekly shout out, and I run a report for all the new coaches who joined in the week. And I do that, and I talk about making sure they get a welcome email and a GSR call, and that if you need help, like the whole team is here to support you. I kind of do that. And then sometimes I'll like go live when I don't know, it's kind of like a feeling when I'm like, if somebody's getting confused or people confused about this, like, this is what you need to do. Like, talk about how you find where your placement is. I talk about the sponsorship drill down. I talk about looking in the Coach Online office every single day, looking at your customers and your coaches every single day, and placing left and right, rotating. And that's what I talk about.
I like it.
On a whim. It's kind of on a whim, and sometimes we do trainings. Like, I think what we are going to start doing, because we did like a really fun recruiting surge with, I did it with 3 other of my success partners. And we did a recruiting surge for our teams, which was really awesome, because all 4 of us have different strengths in different areas. And so yeah, we talked about that and like how to place, and I think we're going to be doing that every month for the team.
Oh, that's fun.
That does sound like fun.
Oh, well, thanks, girly. I'm gonna jam to you guys, but thanks, Leah, for organizing this. You are awesome.
No worries.
And you're in Washington too, right?
I am in Washington. Yeah. Where are you?
In Washington, in Tacoma.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So, are you coming to Super Sunday?
Absolutely.
Sweet. Okay, we'll look for each other. Yay!
Good. Yay.
Amanda, you're so awesome. I'm totally stalking you on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for the tips. I need to organize my Instagram life now. So I really appreciate it. I didn't know where to go. So now I have somewhere to go. So thank you.
And Leah, real quick, InstaSize is a good app to make your photos have the white square around them on Instagram. Did you already say that, Amanda?
No, what is it?
InstaSize. It's a good one.
Okay.
I
So
like it.
much good information. Thank you guys.
Yay. Yeah, thanks, guys. We'll see you on Facebook.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.